Alright YouTube, I want to make a video today about my Masterbuilt gas smoker. I've seen quite a few reviews out there and I just feel like it's time to put a review out there. 2 years I've been smoking on this. A lot of bad reviews out there on this smoker, and I think a lot of the bad reviews are from people that just don't lack the skills on how to modify something to suit their needs, or they're just too lazy to think outside the box and do a little research to see how they can improve it. But straight out the box, this is just the overall good smoker for the money. If you do some research, you can get it for about $170. Add matching it. I got this at Academy's for $169. Alright, let's dive right into the review. I've been smoking on it for 2 years now. A lot of people complain and say that can't control the fire, wood chips burn up, can't get it hot enough, can't get it cold enough. Well, with a few modifications, very minimal work and effort, this smoker is just perfect for my needs and what I do. I smoke deer sausage, I barbecue everything, brisket, ribs, turkey, hams, just anything you can throw on a fire I've put in here. Alright, let's get in the inside and some of the modifications I've done and what you got. It's seasoned good. It's got 4 nice racks. I'd never smoked a day in my life until I bought this. Was not hard, a little YouTubing. I almost didn't buy this smoker because of all the bad reviews talking about it is rusty and rusts out after a year, and you know the wood chips burn up in this little pan. And I think I've turned this smoker into just a perfect little smoker for anything you want to do. All right, let's go into the burner first. The problems people have on the burner. They say that they can't get it low enough, and I'm going to show you how you can get it low. Just turn it on. All right, that's high. That's low. I don't have a problem with low. Mine actually goes low. But if you want to get it lower for when I'm doing deer sausage, or as a city slicker says, venison sausage. Us rednecks, it's just deer sausage. That's on high. All you got to do is start turning this knob back towards off, and you can start reducing that flame. So that's one way. The other way is you can buy one of these regulators, which I have this regulator for one reason and one reason only, so I can go higher. People complain, say that the smoker doesn't get hot enough. Well, just on high, mine will get, that's high, it'll get 325, 375, which is plenty for smoking or doing anything. But sometimes I lay a grate down here and I want to get it hotter to cook a steak or something. That's why I got this. Now watch, I'll turn it up, and I can get that thing so hot I can get it 500-600 degrees in here easily. See, I can adjust the flame just by turning this up and down. So that's why I have it on there. It's about 20 bucks. Any of your little stores, you know, that sell propane stuff. Alright, so now I've addressed the flame issues. I mean, these people just must be, I don't know, they're lacking something. So there's the flame. Alright, and you're probably wondering why I got this. Let's move on to the next thing. People are talking about the temperature, the gauge. This gauge is actually pretty damn accurate. I have some really good thermometers up there, and I'll talk about those later. But this thermometer, it's perfectly fine. It's common sense when you're cooking. Heat's going to come out if you use this like most people do. They put that on there, and it pushes the heat out, and it'll come out beside the wall. Heat will run right up the wall, right to your thermometer. Well, what's going to happen? It's going to show a hotter temperature. Well, what I've done to eliminate that is I put 2 pieces of tinfoil on each back in the front, poke some holes in it, because when I'm smoking deer sausage, the temperature has to be really low, slow and low, and this stops my sausage that's hanging down in here from getting too much heat. It just regulates the heat better, the flow. And then I'll have my water pan right there like that, and it works good. This water pan, people complain about it being too small. Yeah, it's small, but you don't want a lot of water in your smoker because it's going to put too much. If you have all pan with a big thing of water, it's going to put too much moisture, and too much moisture can be bad when you're smoking deer sausage and things like that. This is perfect for my deer sausage. I fill it up about once every hour, hour and a half. Does fine. Let me turn that flame off. Some of the modifications I've done: when you're smoking deer sausage, you have a problem because you want to keep it real low, like 120 when you're starting out, but you can't get no smoke. Well, I took this out and I put 2 pieces of rebar down there like that, and now my skillet is able to sit in there fairly close to the flame, and you can still see the flame, and I got plenty of airflow. Well, when I'm smoking at 120, 130, 140, 50, 60, if it's sitting on top of that, it's just not enough heat to make the wood chips smolder. Well, but if you put the wood chips up here, they'll catch on fire and it'll add heat. So for smoking deer sausage, this is perfect at the lower temperatures. But I've also come to find out that that being there also regulates the heat in the smoker and disperses it really well. So I don't even use this anymore. It's useless to me. I still have it. I used it a couple times until I figured out how to use my skillet. So that's basically all I do. And I can get this thing up to 350 with that sitting on there just like that. Here's another modification. I drilled some holes lower so I could drop this down just a little bit so I could get more cooking area in here. I also added a rack up here where I could hang my deer sausage, so I could go all the way down and have longer pieces of sausage and smoke more. And I know I'm on a tangent about smoking deer sausage, because this is exactly why I bought this smoker, was to smoke my own deer sausage, because deer sausage is so much for companies to smoke it or process in places. So that's what motivated me to get this smoker, because I was tired of paying $300-400 a year for deer sausage. So this is what I come up with, and it works good. But I just did some yesterday, and I dropped it down to here to take these racks, these pieces of rebar, and put it right here. That way my meat's not up here at the top, because up here at the top the heat rises and it will cook your meat more up at the top. Well, I found if I lowered it down to here, it all cooked evenly. So my meat would go down to about here. And I can get about 25 to 35 pounds comfortably in there. 25 is better because there's not as much meat in there, so it's able to smoke it more evenly. And I'm a big believer, quality over quantity. So I'd rather do 2 batches at 20, 25 pounds than do a 35-pound batch that just is not as good as it could be. All right, enough of that. Let's get back to the smoker. Overall, it's a great smoker. Here's another thing with drippings and people saying it rusts and all that stuff. Well, how I solve that is I got this pan that I'll put, like, I don't know, right about here. If I'm smoking ribs and mopping stuff, you see how that sits in there where here, I'll put it up here. See, it perfectly fits in there to where you got plenty of heat coming around the edges, but it completely stops the drippings from getting everywhere on the bottom and causing your bottom to rust out. And here's another thing I do. Put some tinfoil in the bottom of there to catch some of your mistakes. That will help with it rusting and falling apart on you. I've been cooking on this for 2 years. There's no rust on it anywhere. I've cooked everything in it, and just by a few little odds and ends that I've changed on it has made this smoker ideal. I mean, perfect. Tinfoil. How hard is it to put some tinfoil down? That way I can just pick that right out of there, get all the grease and nastiness throw it away, put me down some more sheets. Takes 5 minutes. This tray, how hard is it to get you a tray? Or hell, you can get one of these racks and line it with tinfoil and slide it down in one of these little spots. You know, it's just, to me, it's just common sense stuff. You know, you have a problem, figure out how to fix it. And all these things I've done has made this smoker just perfect. I don't have anything. The only thing where I would say that it's not perfect is I'd love to have twice as much cooking space. But, you know, in a perfect world, it'd be twice this size. But 20 to 30 pounds of deer sausage and 4 or 5 Boston butts and racks of ribs and things like that. And you can buy an extra rack system for this where you can get 5 or 6, 7 racks in here, which, like I said, sometimes you can put too much in a smoker and it just is not going to cook it as good because all the meat's drawing your heat. And, you know, get 2 of these. You can get 2 of these for $300, $325, and you could cook more than enough to feed get-togethers and stuff like that. But it's a good smoker. I mean, if you do some of the modifications that I've done, you shouldn't have any problems out of the smoker. All right, guys, thanks for watching.